Hello guys, and welcome back down to the channel, and welcome back to Castle Hill Park. Today we are going to be building something very exciting. Today we're going to be building the entranceway into the actual park, and I've already... So it's been a week now this project has been going on, and I've already built in the first coaster, so that's coming up in the future. Very exciting. But yeah, today we're going to get on building the entranceway. So the first thing I wanted to do was see how it would fit in this little box area that I had. Originally I was going to fill that with trees, but I kind of decided against that, and I decided to go to try and basically mimic what we've done on the outside where the bus stop is. Now, it's a very unique entrance, and I wanted something that said British, but also like it was kind of already there. So like a bit like a barn. I wanted it to look like, and you'll see what I mean in a little while, because this video is probably going to be about 12 minutes long, which is the longest one we've done so far. So thank you so much guys as well, by the way, just for the support on the channel. It's been absolutely fantastic, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the Planet Coaster 2 content. There's some special coasters that I'm just doing just on the side as well. Obviously you guys may have seen the Helix but extreme spinner version. That was a lot of fun to do, and it was so difficult to make Helix in Planet Coaster 2. Very difficult, but I did my best. The shaping isn't perfect, but anyway, I digress. So we're now building the entranceway stanchions, which is, if you notice, it's exactly the same design as the bus stop. And here I was just trying to level it off, and it's for some reason, like Planet Coaster 2 seems to, when you put something down, it doesn't put it down straight. Even if you kind of puts it straight if you're on a grid, but if you're off grid, it plonks it down at such a weird angle. It's as if it can't, I don't know. It's as if the way they built them was slightly angled, if you know what I mean. So like, for example, let's take one of them stanchions. If I was to put one of them stanchions down, it wouldn't be 90 degrees, and it wouldn't be, even if it was just 90 degrees in the middle of nowhere, do you know what I mean? It wouldn't be like straight. I'm finding that very frustrating when choosing pieces and scenery pieces. Obviously as well, this episode and the next episode were done before the update, so things have changed, but it's still a buggy mess, and there's still things that, well, I know a lot of people are crying out on social media like they need to be fixed. Like for me, the biggest thing for me, one of the biggest things anyway, is the notification system. If you're in a sandbox mode, and there should be a button that literally says no notifications. I couldn't care less. I'm not in a franchise. I'm not doing, I'm not trying to be the best park in the universe. I'm just building things, and you stick like a coaster down or a flat ride, and you get like a notification saying people can't reach it when the park's not even open. And it's like, I don't need that. I'm trying to build. Do you mind? So I would love it if they could fix the notification thing. That's really annoying. But everything else, apart from the lack of scenery objects and props and things compared to when Planet Coaster 1 launched, and I know Planet Coaster 1 was in alpha for a very long time. I even bought Planet Coaster 1 when it was early access. But yeah, there's still things to fix, and I have faith. I have little faith that they'll do it. But that DLC was a bit of a thing, wasn't it? So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about Planet Coaster 2. Are you enjoying it, or is it frustrating for you? Or are you going back to Planet Coaster 1? I know quite a few content creators are going back to Planet Coaster 1, which is yikes. But yeah, here we go. So we're inside the entranceway now, and I've put like this little ramp roof down, and I do add some decking to it, and there's a little bit of story behind the decking. As we go further in to Castle Hill Park, more of the story will be revealed very shortly. In the next episode will be the next part of the storyline to the park, and part of the history and the heritage and everything. But I really do like say anything you want about Planet Coaster 2, but the fact that they have the lighting that they have, which is basically their form of like lumen, what Unreal Engine uses, which is what I'm familiar with. And yeah, it's just at night time, the game is gorgeous. It's gorgeous during the day as well, in shadows and stuff like that. It's really nice, but is that enough? I don't think it is. I think they really do need to improve on the quality of gameplay, basically, on this. These stanchions... See, this was a thing as well. Like, I had a grid, and then all of a sudden I couldn't build to the grid. I don't understand. Am I doing something wrong? I don't know. I was building a station the other day for the next roller coaster, which will be in a future episode, and I genuinely forgot how to build a station. Like, I feel like it may have changed slightly since the update. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. So now we're just adding some street lighting so I can light up the rest of the area, and it looks very nice, very realistic, very grounded. And I think that the whole thing of this park is that it is going to be grounded, and it's going to be very, I don't want to say British because it's not British, but kind of like Pete nailed it on the head actually the other day. He said it's very light water valley-esque, it feels like. I see that, but I also look, there's nothing wrong in imitating some of the best theme parks in the world, and arguably one that I know best more than any of them is Alton Towers, and I kind of want to bring the way Alton Towers mixes heritage with modern and new and the way they do things, and I appreciate that. And the design language of Alton Towers is always nice because of the trees and everything. And yeah, there are going to be restrictions for the coasters, but yeah, I just feel like that, you know, Towers is good. Alton Towers is a beautiful park, and I would like to build a beautiful park, but I also, you know, love using foliage, and I love creating an atmosphere around an area, because I do think a lot of the things about good, nice theme parks is location. And I do feel like you need that surrounding to the park. Someone commented, and I'm sorry if I forgot your name, but saying that it was nice to see a park that, you know, the surroundings looked nice and not just the park itself. So thanks for that, I appreciate that. And that's kind of what I was going for from the start of this. So we're now putting up our first sign on the put it up the wrong way around. I was in a call with James and Pete and everyone when I did that, and they're all laughing their heads off when I put the sign up the wrong way. It was quite funny. But yeah, we got a Castle Hill Park sign up over the entranceway, over the information booth there. And it's very exciting that the turn that this entranceway takes is really fun. And it was a lot of fun to build. And it reminded me of a place near me in Rochdale called Healy Dell. And they have abandoned... an old abandoned train station from way back. I think it was during the war as well, actually. They used to take things up there, and they used to have like a bit of an armory up there. And yeah, I was like, you know what? It would be pretty cool if we had an abandoned station. And then maybe one day, just maybe, if we get enough money and enough guests, we might be able to reopen the line that Reginald Wickham put in for his castle, in order for him to get down to the castle and down to the farms and to move all the things. So that's the story behind the train track, and I just think it gives the entranceway this nice British abandoned kind of, oh, what could be of this, you know, what could be that sort of thing. So yeah, I really like the way this entranceway is turned out. So I jumped onto the workshop, and I didn't show it this time, so apologies, but someone made some fantastic luggage pieces, and that's what you just saw me using there. So now one of the lads in the chat said, why don't you make a buffer for the end of the railway? And I was like, I don't know what they look like. Well, I know what they look like, obviously. I've seen them before in train stations, but I didn't know how to pull it off. But I think at the end result, it's good enough for what it is. It could be better, but I quite like it. And it came out really nice. So all that's left to do now is just to obviously give it that abandoned feel. And one thing I do really like about Planet Coaster is the amount of foliage that they've given you from the start. You can really create a nice scene. You can kit bash it all together with different foliage as well. And yeah, I think it turned out really nice. And here's the abandoned station, just full of, you know, weeds and stuff. So it's there, it's ready to go. It just needs to be reopened, and hopefully at some point further down the line in these episodes we can do that. But that is gonna do it for this episode of Castle Hill Park. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on all our social media, link is in the video description. Check out the previous episodes if you've not watched them yet, and I'll see you in the next one.